Okay, hi folks. Today is Draw Muhammad Day, official day of fighting back against death threats and fighting for free speech as well as other Western values. Fine. Sounds like something to hop on the already pretty overloaded bandwagon, eh? I have given it a lot of thought, and you know what? I'm not going to do it. But before you gasp in horror, let me give you my two reasons. It is not because of respect for Muslims in general, but respect for one special, very progressive Muslim. A Muslim who broke with traditions, who didn't fear to speak freely and did not blindly follow authorities. A Muslim who some would call a feminist, who granted women rights and respect, totally unknown in his culture. A Muslim who would, if he were here with us today, stand up for his belief. Not like all the Muslims who remain silent today, all those who are for unknown and unexplained reasons not distancing themselves from the fundamentalists who generate hate against their whole religion. A Muslim who firmly believed in nonviolence and forgivingness, who would condemn the hate and violence committed in Allah's and Muhammad's name. For isn't it written, if anyone harms others, God will harm him, and if anyone shows hostility to others, God will show hostility to him. Sunan of Abu Dawud, Hadith 1625. Those extremists aren't only violating the laws of the West, they are violating their own laws. But I do not see all Muslims like them, and out of respect for others' beliefs and my own belief in that the freedom of religion is a human right, I am not going to draw Muhammad. Now let me tell you who the Muslim I spoke of earlier was. He was born in Mecca to Abdullah, who named his son Muhammad, which is the name he is known today whenever he is not referred to as the Prophet. I would not want to draw a man in mockery, who would most probably be on the side of free speech and human rights anyway. And as a second reason, I wouldn't want to draw him because today is meant as a defiance to Islamic laws, and I wouldn't break any. Wondering what I mean? Well, the ban on depictions of Muhammad is a fairly modern affair, not common in the Islamic Golden Age. And I actually prefer to build my image of a religion on its greatest, not its dark ages. A lot of you probably don't believe me. Fine, let's embark on a little journey. The year is 693. This is a gold dinar issued during the reign of Caliph Ibn al-Malik, not even 100 years after Muhammad's death. In the middle of the coin is the Prophet himself, with Abu Bakr, his companion, on the left, and to the right is his young wife Aisha. Now, this is the year 1000. The illustration is showing Muhammad, on the right, preaching his final sermon to his earliest converts on Mount Ararat near Mecca. This is from the astronomical treatise, The Remaining Signs of Past Centuries, by the great Persian scholar al-Biruni. Now this is 1314 and 1315. Muhammad receiving his first revelation from the angel Gabriel in Jami al-Tawarikh, or Compendium of Chronicles, the Universal History, by Rashid al-Din from Iran. Now this is 15th century Persian, from a manuscript entitled Miraj Nama. 1539-43. Also, Miraj, which is Muhammad's Ascent. This is a masterpiece by the Sultan Muhammad. Now, this one comes from the 18th century. Muhammad flanked by angels. Is it only me, or are these far more lovely than Christian ones? Anyway, this is an Ottoman copy of a supposedly 8th century original. And this is the 19th century. It's a portrait of Muhammad from an Iranian hilya. A hilya is a single-page description of Muhammad and his attributes. And this is either from the 1920s or 1930s. And it's an Algerian postcard showing Muhammad's flight from Mecca. And should you still not be convinced, this is a 17th century mural on the Imam Sadr Shah Said Mosque in Isfahan, Iran. The veiled figure is Muhammad holding his cousin Ali. I repeat, this is from a mosque. Does that show clearly enough that the outrage of many Muslims at the drawings had nothing to do with the actual religious rules, but stems from some extremist interpretations? I'll leave you to think about it with a quote from the Quran, which is the holy book of Islam, if you didn't know. Here it is. Show forgivingness, speak for justice, and avoid the ignorant. Chapter 7, verse 199.